Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or not foundation review on a very new foundation at the drugstore. This is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. It's supposed to be a full coverage protective makeup with sunscreen. It has sunscreen of 50. That is a lot. I do want to read a little bit about this foundation online. This foundation doesn't really have any claims here, so let's go ahead and pull this up. You can find this at Walmart. That's where I purchased mine for $10.98. And here you get a full ounce of product. Okay, so it's supposed to be a foundation formulated with 50 SPF and antioxidants. It's supposed to be a shield skin from urban elements, cover imperfections, and even out skin tone. Oh, it has 16 shades. It's dermatologist tested. And it's supposed to be a natural looking finish. So we're going to be putting this to the test today. I am really excited. And so let's go ahead and start off with some moisturizer. I'm gonna be using the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. And this is in the scent Pink Grapefruit. It's natural infused, so it's not like a fake scent. It's like a real pomegranate scent, and you can even smell it too. So we're gonna just put this all over. What do we want to use for primer? I need to start to look for some new primers because I want to test some new primers out. I heard NYX has a cannabis primer that you guys recommended, so maybe I'll look into that one. But I'm going to be using the Cover FX Gripping Primer today again. Like I mentioned, I'm kind of staying away from too much matte on my cheeks because my cheeks are a little bit more on the dry side. I feel like this Cover FX one adds hydration. I really want to try the Water Cloud one by Cover FX. The only thing is that I feel like the primers at like Sephora are just so expensive. I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to spend $38 on primer. I mean, maybe some people do, but I personally would rather spend that on foundation or like a palette. I don't know. That's just me, but we'll have to see. Okay, so now I need to open this, but my hands are sticky, so there we go. So it comes like this, 1 full ounce like I mentioned, and $10.98. This one is in the color 3 Tan Sun Beige. So we're gonna go ahead and apply it. You can see it's definitely a liquidy consistency. And we're gonna go ahead and start off with this side with our sponge. Okay, so let's go. Ooh, it feels very, very lightweight. It almost feels like a tinted moisturizer. So let's go ahead and take the sponge. I'm using the e.l.f. sponge. The color's perfect. You can smell the sunscreen, which kind of worries me a little bit because I am very, very sensitive to sunscreen. I can't really use a lot of sunscreens because they really break me out. So let's hope that this is okay with my skin. Now, this sounds like a really good idea, like for an everyday foundation, especially right now in the summer when we're just, spending a lot of time outside, going to the beach. It just sounds like a dream come true, having a foundation that has 50 SPF, that covers your skin, that feels really lightweight and just feels good. So I definitely am rooting for it. Foundation, no foundation. This kind of reminds me of the A Cosmetics CC cream that has also, I think, like 50 SPF in terms of how it feels on the skin. If you want to compare it to something, that's what I would compare this to. The coverage is definitely a buildable coverage. I would say that it covers pretty well considering the fact that it covered my retinas pretty fast. So that's good. Color-wise, I think this Sun Beige is pretty good on my skin tone. I really wasn't a fan of the fact that they don't have that many shades. They have 16 shades, which isn't too bad, but I still feel like those in-between shades, because you guys know undertones are everything, can really be an issue for some people. So let's go ahead and apply a little bit more, just to see how this builds up. Do you see how the foundation looks really fresh? It's definitely more so on the natural side. I wouldn't say it looks really like luminous or anything. It doesn't look matte whatsoever, but it just truly looks like your skin. This is the perfect foundation for today because it's actually really hot out, super sunny. Okay, so now we're gonna do this side with our brush. I have to say it looks really nice. I was a little bit worried that the sponge would absorb too much of the product considering the fact that this is very lightweight. It's not super, super duper lightweight where it's like kind of runny. It's almost like a very like airy, lightweight consistency that's creamy but not extremely creamy. but it just feels really good. It honestly, like I mentioned, reminds me a lot of IT Cosmetics CC creams. I feel like it has that really nice consistency where it's very breathable. I know with some tinted moisturizers and lightweight foundations, there tends to be that kind of like thicker texture, and this does not feel like that whatsoever. This personally to me feels very luxurious. Like this is something that feels like it could be in like a high-end brand. I have to say for packaging, I think this is great because this is the type of foundation that I see people carrying in their makeup bags, like on the go, if they're touching up after a workout, or if they're taking it in their beach bag to you know, the beach and stuff. This is that type of foundation. It's a very practical everyday wear foundation. So I like the fact that they put it in this packaging. So let's go in and do this side. Do you see how pretty that looks? Just looks so pretty. I feel like it matches my skin really well. Yeah, I feel like it gives me a little bit more coverage with the brush, but I'm not too surprised because I feel like typically that's what I get out of foundation when I go in with a brush, a little bit more fuller coverage, but you can always add more. Do you see how you just went in with one layer, but it still looks so nice? With this foundation, you can literally just put the foundation on, curl your lashes, put on some blush, put on some gloss, and you're good to go. You don't really have to do anything too extreme. It really is a very everyday appropriate foundation for anybody that's looking. Also, real quick, I feel like kind of pushing the product in helps the product really connect with your skin and become one. I'm gonna put the brush to the side, and this is what the foundation looks like on both sides. I feel like it looks phenomenal. With either a sponge or a brush, you're going to get a beautiful outcome, definitely. I feel like on this side that it already set, it looks very nice. It's set like a normal finish. It doesn't look oily, but it doesn't look matte. It just looks like really good skin, and it doesn't feel like you have anything on whatsoever. I'm telling you, this is almost like you're wearing a tinted moisturizer when you want that lighter makeup feel and look. I feel like it's because of the consistency. Now, do I think that this foundation is a foundation that you can build layers? Yes. The reason I say that is because the consistency of the foundation is so nice and smooth that it's not thick where the more you layer on, the more it looks cakey. I feel like you can layer like up to 3 layers if you really wanted to, and the foundation still looks like skin. My cheeks is probably the most dry area on my face right now because of my antibiotics that I'm taking for my rosacea. And it's not clinging onto any of the textures or anything. It's not making the skin look like it's cakey or it has foundation on. It just looks very nice and fresh. But I really do feel like both brush and sponge are very comparable in the sense of they make the skin look equally as good. What I'm gonna go ahead and do right now is finish off the rest of the face, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my opinions, my thoughts, how this is setting, and all of that fun jazz, and we can go ahead and get our day started because, I mean, 50 SPF, I wanna step outside and catch some sun because I know that I'm protected. Okay, so I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup and I am living for this look. I do have to say that it went on great with all my products. The only thing with this foundation is that it was having a little shine peek through, and I wasn't the biggest fan of that. So I had to go ahead and kind of blot it a little bit and also set it with some setting powders in the areas where I tend to get oily, which is my T-zone area. Everywhere else it was fine. So if you do have oily skin, make sure that you do set this, because if you don't set this foundation, you probably will be looking dewy. So that's just a disclaimer right away. But what I do want to test about this foundation is the flash. So right now we are going to be taking a picture, and I'm going to make sure that we are on point. There's actually no flash. Surprising. I'm actually really happy that there's no flash with this foundation. This is definitely photo friendly. Those are my thoughts right now. So far, I do like it. I feel like for me, this is gonna be more so an everyday wear product or when I'm gonna be outside, and I definitely need that really good protection for my complexion. But I mean, for this full glam, we are living. So I'm about to go enjoy this beautiful sunny Saturday, and I will catch you guys later for a check-in with natural lighting super up close, and then at the very end of the day to give you guys my final thoughts on this new Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. I'm hoping that it works well for my oily skin, because you guys know it's always a struggle for oily skin, but I think for people that have normal combination and dry skin, I think it'll be a pretty good situation. Maybe combination, you will have to set it, but I will definitely keep you guys updated on all those fun things later. Okay guys, so I am back. Right now it is like 10:45 p.m. and it's been a long day, and I'm ready to take off this makeup and this look. This hair is so snatched right now that I'm just like, oh my God, I need my hair down. So I wanted to give you guys an update and my final thoughts on the new Dream Urban Cover Foundation. This foundation looks gorgeous. As you can see, I am dewy. But honestly, I kind of like the freshness. Like, I kind of like being this dewy right now. I feel like during the summer, you can get away with dewy. Do I feel like I look overly oily? No. Am I looking like super glossy? Yes. Maybe for some people that have really oily skin, this is like a no-go. They need matte. But I kind of like the embrace of this. I feel like it gives me a really pretty like glow, like almost like I added the glow in. But you can always go in with your damp sponge or a sponge nearby, or blotting tissues or powder, and blot it. I'm going to blot it because I want to see if it's going to transfer, and it's not. It's still in place, as you can see, and it still kind of keeps that like pretty radiance from within, but it removes any like type of oil or grease that may be really peeking through. But I mean, look at the foundation. Like, it's still perfectly in place, and it's been a long day. I'm really impressed with the fact that it didn't have flash when I took flash picture, and it has this much sunscreen. The only thing that I was kind of like about was the fact that it had that sunscreen scent, but other than that, I mean, it looks great. And it also didn't irritate my skin. I feel like for every day, like beach days, pool days, this is going to be great. Like I mentioned earlier, it's definitely a foundation that you're going to want to set if you have very oily skin. You guys saw that I did set it. I still had those oils peeking through. They weren't really, really bad like some foundations tend to be, but I think that for somebody that does have oily skin, you just want to make sure that you go in and set and blot and do all that stuff, because the last thing you want is to have like the foundation, you know, look super duper like dewy. I think for somebody that has normal skin, that has dry skin, I think you're going to absolutely adore this. I think that something that everybody's gonna love about this is the fact that it has 50 SPF. Also the fact that it's protecting your skin from all of those harsh things out in the world that you want to like stay away from. So I really like the aspect of that, but I'm really impressed with the fact that even though we've worn this for the entire day, we're still in place, and I could probably go a few more hours if I was to go out to just blot my face and keep it moving. Like I mentioned, for beach days, this is perfect. For vacations, this is perfect. And it's awesome because it's an affordable product. So you can find this at Walmart and Rite Aid for $10 and like 50 something cents. So that's a really, really good deal if you're looking for something really good, something comparable to IT Cosmetics, Lancome, Skin, Feel Good Skin, or something like that. Those type of things, this is very, very comparable to if you don't want to spend $30+ I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you guys have any more recommendations for foundations you want to see me test out ASAP on my channel, drop them down below. I would love to know so I can go check them out. Also, if you guys did enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know to continue doing these types of videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, because I wouldn't want you guys to miss the fun that we have on this channel. And I mean, that means more family members to our little growing family here on YouTube. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell, because you wouldn't want to miss one of my videos. I mean, I hook you guys up with the best reviews, the best recommendations, the best everything. So make sure you subscribe. And that being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.